Hey, welcome back to Giants on Deck. You know our league's always been big on nicknames, from the Mad Stork to Prime Time to the Galloping Ghost. Up next is our field general, the one and only Kurt Warner. And Kurt's gonna take us deep, I mean real deep, and tell us all about a bunch more nicknames. Here's Kurt in the pocket.
In the pocket.
I've been in the NFL a long time. I've even won a Super Bowl. There's a lot of things I have, but there's one thing I don't have: a cool nickname. The league's been full of guys with really cool nicknames. Mercury Morris, Crazy Legs Hurst, Icky Woods, Slingin' Sammy Baugh. You have to earn a nickname. When I was a kid misbehaving, I was in the corner Warner. But that wouldn't work today. If I was a skateboarder, I could be Kurt the Vert, but I'm a quarterback. For now, I'm only known as Giants QB, Kurt Warner. But one day, I'm gonna get there, to the nickname Hall of Fame.
Kurt's right on about the nicknames. You have to really earn one. The problem is, sometimes you'll earn the wrong one. Like back in the 70s, there was Stinky Lamar. He played for a bunch of different teams, and he got his nickname because he believed he couldn't wash his socks between games. Usually the lockers on either side of his were unoccupied. I can understand why. Coming up next is another guy who needs a nickname. I've got it. Editorial Eben with Eben's Tape.
Eben's Tape.
To me, football fans are the best in the world, simply because football motivates fans to do things no human being should ever have to experience. And it only happens with football. When was the last time you saw people stick imitation blocks of cheese on their heads and go shirtless to see their favorite singer perform? In football, things like that are normal, like in Cleveland, where fans in the dog pound spend the whole game grotesquely guzzling canned beans. Or Oakland, where Raiders fans dress in a mess of chains and metal that blow away every Halloween costume you've ever had. I remember my first trip to a Giants game. It was the day after Christmas, and the guy next to me was shirtless, with a huge blue S painted on his chest, sixth in a line of men whose stomachs spelled Giants. He was standing and yelling the whole game, huge belly spilling out over his jeans. And next to him, there I was, freezing my tail off under 16 layers of fleece and loving every minute of it. I can't remember if the Giants won or not, or even who they played, but I will never forget this guy, my first exposure to the greatest fans in the world. So here's to the football fans, who make the action in the bleachers as exciting as the action on the field.
Nice job, Eben. That went right through the uprights. Speaking of uprights, coming up, we kick an extra point with none other than our kicker, Jeff Fiegels. And later on, you'll meet a real hometown hero, Sean O'Hara. But first, here's Fiegels in the extra point.
Extra point.
Pig out food? Oh, it's got to be Burger King Whopper with cheese, everything on it. Usually about 11 o'clock at night. That's good. I wear earplugs during game day, and I wear them all the time. And I've gone to games where I don't have my earplugs, and I freak out a little bit. So I wear earplugs. It quiets everything down, helps me concentrate. Danny White was my hero growing up for the Cowboys. He was the quarterback, and he was the punter, and he played at Arizona State, and that's where I grew up in Arizona, so he was kind of my idol. Spare time, I spend time with my 4 boys, and then if they're in school or, I'm not time with them, then I'm playing golf.
4!
Definitely playing golf.
Welcome back to Giants on Deck. You know, every week you see me and my teammates on the field, but that's only part of our lives. We have a lot going on when we're not playing. So take a look at this next segment featuring Sean O'Hara as he takes us back to his high school days in Hillsborough, New Jersey. Sean really is a hometown hero.
And you're my hero, too.
Profiles.
It's one of the biggest evenings in our town in a long time. We're going to dedicate our new stadium. I think one of the most important things this evening is being able to honor Sean O'Hara. tonight, you'll see us dedicate number 66 with Sean Warren High School as a captain here, and that'll permanently be on our scoreboard and forever in our hearts.
Halftime, it's all about me and my jersey. They're going to retire it. A little nervous, a little excited, a little emotional. I'm going to try to keep the tears to a minimum.
Sean was an extremely motivated young man, very confident, knew that he wanted to do certain things and was going to always find a way to get there. Anytime somebody tried to sell him short or tried to tell him he couldn't do something, Sean always found a way. He went to Rutgers University on his own, earned an opportunity to start, became an All-Big East player. The NFL didn't come knocking, but he wouldn't take that as an answer. He went and found somebody, and sure enough, Cleveland offered him an opportunity and worked himself to become a starter and I think one of the better centers in the league. And obviously, Coach Coughlin and the Giants felt the same way, and he got himself a 3-year deal to start up front for the New York Giants.
That's way to pull up the street, man. Good job, good job.
When Sean comes back, you can just see the look in the eyes of these kids, you know, and when they hear his story about how he might not have been the most talented guy and how he had to work that much harder for everything, it can't help but inspire. You know, when a lot of the kids will look around and see, you know, a guy like Sean succeeding, it gives them the hope that, hey, you know what, I can be something special too. To see him run out on the field for the first time in an NFL uniform, you know, I almost wanted to cry. To think he had some small part in it, to think that you might have helped, you know, by pointing him in the right direction, it's incredible.
Sean wasn't the biggest kid in high school. He wasn't the tallest, strongest. He had to work hard. He showed me the ropes, the offensive line, and stuff like that. Good guy, always looking to help his teammate out, his friends out. I tell everybody I come in contact with, played with him, my boy. In basketball, we used to have this play we set up for Sean. He was our center. The play was called Villanova. And whether it was practice, game situation, he just couldn't make a layup, a simple, easy layup, and he always struggled with it.
Bumper Johnson, I taught him everything he knows on the basketball court, and I taught him how to post up.
And it was the funniest thing. He's a very competitive guy, and for him not to be able to do that, it really got under his skin.
If he ever wants to get a one-on-one game, you know, he knows where to bring it, and I used to beat him then, and I'll still beat him now.
Very good he went into football because he had trouble making a layup.
I think it's very important to stay in contact with your high school, with your roots. So just remember where you came from, and you know, it just keeps you grounded. It kind of reminds you of where you were and where you wanted to get to, so it makes you appreciate things. It's special to me now to be able to come back and realize that I've accomplished some of the things that I really set out to do. You know, and for me, I still sometimes feel like I'm dreaming. I have to pinch myself and really wake up and see that what I'm doing is real.
He is the person that he is today because of, you know, who he is internally. And this reflects who he is more than it does his football prowess. He was very determined within himself. He didn't compete against other people, he competed against himself. And every time that he would accomplish a goal, then he'd set one a little bit higher.
I represent the underdog. You know, every team has got their superstars and the best players on the team, and they're usually the ones that everybody's talking about. I think I represent the guys who are in the background just busting their butt every single day. And for those guys, I would just encourage them to keep doing what you're doing and stay the course and keep working hard, because those guys are going to be the ones that rise up when the going gets tough.
1994, I became the head football coach here at Hillsborough. I was very, very fortunate in having an outstanding group of seniors. Sean has been a leader in everything that he's done. He certainly left his mark on Hillsborough High School. Number 66 will never be worn again by anybody here at Hillsborough High School.
Well, that's it for this edition of Giants on Deck. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, I didn't have any luck getting those matching chairs for the table. But there's one thing I did get that really gives us that stadium feel.
Peanuts, get your peanuts.
Peanuts over here, my man. I'm Michael Strahan. Join me next time on Giants on Deck. Hey, man, now, if I can only get the soda guy to come around in here, we'd be set.
Next week, Manning airs it out with high schooler Len Smith. Armani's getting a handle on things, and Tiki is by his brother's side.